Hey there everybody, it's me, Blake One Studios here. Wait a minute. That's not my YouTube channel name anymore. Hey there everybody, it's me, Bryce. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who maybe haven't watched the channel in a little while, maybe this is your first time watching in a while, since I haven't been posting pretty recently. Yes, I did change my YouTube channel name. The main reason behind that is just because I did not like the old one at all, and I figured, well, since I'm going to be making YouTube videos again, might as well change the channel name. I mean, it's about time. And also, my real name's not actually Blake, so there's the reasoning behind that. The channel name might actually get changed again in the next couple of weeks. We're still working out some details behind the scenes on that, but we want to make this the best channel. I want to make this the best channel it can be, and so changing the channel name was definitely a great first step behind that. And the second step is actually today's video, which is going to be probably my most requested video, and that is a room, like a recording setup slash bedroom tour, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I'm going to take you guys around, show you how I make my videos, what I use to make all my videos, and of course podcasts too. We record some podcasts in here. For those of you who don't know, when my channel first got popular, when I got all those subscribers, I was actually making videos out of the kitchen, like out of the family kitchen. That's where I was making my YouTube videos, and that was great for when I had 30 subscribers, but when I got 1.2k subscribers, that wasn't working anymore. So eventually I went ahead and moved my computer upstairs. For a little while I've kind of been taking a YouTube break, I guess, but over the period of maybe the past year or so, I went ahead and started building, I guess you could say, my recording setup. And finally, I've gotten to a point today to where I'm pretty happy with it, or very happy with it actually. And now I'm going to be showing you all of that. So I'll just go ahead and walk around, show you guys some things so you all can see how I make my videos. Okay, so this is the recording setup itself. Pretty basic. It's not something you're going to see on r/battle stations or anything. I guess a lot of people will call this a budget setup. Okay, so, ow. All of this is made possible by this Dell Inspiron 3847. It's just a computer I got a couple years ago. It's not a gaming PC, it's a home PC, but I've been upgrading it ever since. So we've got, graphics wise, we've got a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 in here, 3 gig. I've got an Intel i3, which is not phenomenal. But I'll tell you what, it's been a decent little processor. It's an Intel i3 4160 with a clock speed of 3.6 gigahertz. Not amazing. I plan on upgrading that pretty soon anyway, so it's not a big concern. But then also we've got 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM in here, which is again not amazing, but not terrible. So it's kind of a good mix of a gaming PC and a home PC, which is what I like. I don't like those fancy gaming PCs with the big fancy cases or anything like that. I want my little home PC with a decent graphics card. That's just enough for me. As you guys can see here, I am an expert in cable management. But no, as you guys can see, I really don't care about my cable management at all. If it works, great, but I just don't mess with it. There's a piece of popcorn right here on the floor. It looks pretty good, honestly. I'm a big popcorn eater, but this popcorn looks pretty good. I wonder how long it's been here. Oh, ow. As you guys can see here, I have this nice spinny office chair. I really quite like it. It spins pretty well, and it's pretty good on the back as well. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, honestly. It's pretty comfortable. I quite like it. Okay, so we've got the peripherals and the monitors right on up here. Basically, it's nothing fancy. I've got a Corsair K55 keyboard right here, RGB. Gotta have that RGB, really quite like it. Also got this lovely Corsair M65 RGB mouse as well. I got a CAD U37 microphone. It's just a mid-range mic off of Amazon. It's pretty decent. I do recommend it, but you got to know how to set it up correctly. Don't just run it straight out of the box. like I did with some of my first videos, because it'll just sound plain awful. So for audio, I have these Altec Lansing speakers, one on each side. Pretty nice. They're just little PC speakers. My friend gave me these about a year ago, and pretty recently my headphones broke, which was sad, and I started using these. Okay, so as for monitors go, I just have a 1080p Dell monitor that we got from Costco. Nothing fancy or anything like that. Just a 1080p monitor from Costco right here. And then over on this side here, I've got an Asus monitor for my side monitor. It's not 1080p, which kind of stinks, but it really doesn't matter. My secondary monitor doesn't have to be 1080p because all of the recording and games and stuff happen over here. And when I'm live streaming and stuff, chat and things like that go over here. So then of course I'm just sitting here running Discord. Shameless plug, join our Discord, link in the description down below. Alright, so right down here I have a little Altec Lansing Bluetooth speaker, which I really quite like, and I've got an Elgato Cam Link right next to that. I use the Altec Lansing speaker for playing music off of my phone. I use the Elgato Cam Link for hooking up cameras and stuff to my computer for live streams and stuff, which I really quite like. And then right on up here, this is the camera that I sometimes use for live streams and stuff. It's just a little Canon camera, like a little, I don't know, point and shoot camera. But pretty recently, I've actually started using my DSLR instead, which is what I'm shooting this video off of right now. Just because I like the DSLR, you get that nice little bokeh look, which is really quite nice for live streaming. I really like it. The unfortunate thing about the DSLR though is that you have to run off of battery power, which means I have to take, whenever I take my stream breaks normally, I have to go change the battery in the camera to keep it going. Whereas with the point and shoot, I can just plug it in directly to the wall and it'll last for the entire stream. But other than that, that's pretty much the computer setup. Other than that, I've just got some small little things over here. I've got my lenses, which I use for my camera. I just keep them over here when I'm not using them. And that's a zoom lens, that's a prime lens, and then my kit lens is on the camera right now. And then I've got a nice little clapboard right over here. I've used this for some projects and whatnot. It's really quite handy to have for when your audio and your video are different sources. I quite like using that a lot. I've got a little stickers here from Google Pixel, and this I use, this is a little remote control, if it'll focus, that I use for controlling some of the lights in my room. And then over here, pretty basic stuff, another clapboard. It's a fake clapboard that I got from Disney World. I've got another little lighting controller right there that I can use to control lights in my room. I've got some lamps, and I've got a TV right there, Chromecast hooked up to the TV. I quite like it. And then over here, I got a nice little chair. I've got chairs everywhere in my room. There's a chair there, there's a chair there, there's a chair there, there's a chair there, and then there's a chair over there, which we'll get to in a second. But over here, this is where I keep a lot of my video equipment. So I've got some of my camera stuff in that camera bag right there. I've got some camera batteries charging right there on my battery charger. I've got some accessories for my phone right there. So I've got a dongle for USB-C to 3.5 millimeters. I've got some wireless Bluetooth headphones right there. And down here, this is a little video router that we use mainly for the podcast and stuff when we have a bunch of cameras in the room. So this little video router routes all of the video feeds throughout the room, and it's really quite nice to have. I quite like it. It's a neat little thing. I'm not using it right now, but once we get started with more Let's Talk Tech episode, that is what we use, and it is a powerful little thing. Another camera right there, which isn't supposed to be there. But yeah, that's pretty much this little area right here. It's a little bit of a mess. Over here, I've got my little restroom here, which is nice. Just a little sink, bathroom in there, shower in there. That's boring though. These are my studio lamps. I really quite like them. I've got 2 of them. That's how I get a lot of the lighting in my room to make the videos look nice and for the podcast and whatnot. Over here, this is my bed right here. Nightstand over there. Nothing really interesting. Traffic light right there, which I really quite like. It does work. I just don't have any wall outlets for it right now. So that's kind of like unfortunate. This though is the closet. So some of you may have recognized this closet if you tuned into my Twitch live streams over the summer. For a while, my computer was actually in this closet, which was interesting. So basically my entire recording setup, I made one video in here and decided I couldn't do it, but I did a ton of Twitch live streams in my closet. So I guess you could call me a closet streamer. But in here, basically what I did is I just set my computer right there where that chair is and did Twitch live streams. I mean, yeah, it was pretty crazy. I had the computer down there, and I had cables bringing in all the power and stuff, and then we had more cables because we had to route the video signals from the box into here. I mean, it's crazy. So this was kind of like, I don't know, the headquarters of everything. We still sometimes use this room as a control room for Let's Talk Tech whenever we have a technical director in here directing the show. So we set up the computer in here for them to help create the show. Other than that, it's kind of just a dumping ground right now for things I have. That's a homemade teleprompter, actually. I've used this for a couple of things. I love it. But other than that, just some boxes and stuff up here of old things I have. Nothing super interesting in here. That's a bag that I use for when I transport my lights, my big studio lamps places, and that right there is, that's a projector. Yeah, it's a projector I sometimes use. Moving on over here, I've got some Legos, which are pretty cool. I've been slowly purging the Legos though. These are just some, this is sort of like, this area is kind of like a dumping ground for memorabilia, to be honest with you guys. So I've got this little Lego house set right here. I've got the White House right there. I've got the airplane right there. Really quite, and for some reason I have a Logitech mouse right there, a wireless mouse. I didn't know I had that in here still. And I've also got a USB drive. But let's see here. Those right there are tickets to my first ever Major League Baseball game, San Diego Padres. That was a lot of fun. And up here, that was my first ever donation received while I was streaming. July 8th, 2017, some guy, I have zero idea who this person was. Still to this day do not know who they were. Donated €1. So yeah, I've put it on my wall. I didn't frame it. I said I was going to frame it, but I didn't. No, I just stuck it here on my bulletin board. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it for my room, my recording setup and all that. Just a bunch of junk over in this corner right here. Nothing super interesting. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's like 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, just recording a video. I think this will come out either later today or tomorrow, something like that. But I'm currently spending the day working on videos for all next week, which will be really fun. And so I figured, you know what, just might as well take a break, show you guys the studio, so that you guys can all see what I've been working on over the past couple of months. And when I say, oh, you know, this happened, or in the studio, you guys have a general idea of what I currently use to make my videos. But yeah, so that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. But that's pretty much my recording setup. Nothing insane. This studio space really shines though when we're doing podcasts. That's really when it's at its best. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.